Hello and welcome, it's Carnage. Today we're taking a look at G.I. Joe Classified Iron Grenadiers Darklon. This is Destro's cousin, whose face was recently burned. If you're following the current comic, he's in it. Looks a bit different. We don't have the long hair pre-burn head sculpt, but we do have an alternative head sculpt. We'll get to that. He's got some really fabulous weapons. As you can see peeking over his shoulder there, he's got quite a sword. He's also got his classified version of his weapon, which is a good one. A signature weapon, if you will. There we go. A little bit more light on the subject there. Get a little closer on that head sculpt. And you can see the red eyes peeking through there. He has some armor on his shoulder there, as you can see. And that's a floating piece. And there's a piece over his shoulder there, another floating piece. Has a dagger on his calf. And it looks like we've got some explosives there, some grenades. He also has, let's go ahead and turn him around. Take a look at what we have going on back here. There's the sword and very highly detailed sword and scabbard. And we have a pistol, a removable pistol there on his belt. And again, we're getting into the era of the neon G.I. Joes. I think this guy sort of ushered in that era. I'm not sure if this head sculpt can be traced to an event in the comic, but it's very gnarly, and I really like it. One thing that I've noticed just playing with him a bit, it's a little tough to get him to stand. He's not as bad as the Iron Grenadiers, who some of mine just do not want to stand at all. If you mess with the feet, you will get him to stand. It's not that hard. But I think those small ankles are part of the reason why I've had a bit of difficulty getting him standing in some certain poses. Other than that, I really have no complaints, and I think the colors, I like the muted orange and the muted red. I think they chose fantastic colors. I really love the classified treatment of his weapons. That sword is just a knockout. Let's go ahead and take a look at that sword. There we go. Yeah. You can see there's some great detail with the red gemstone, Destro, signifying Destro. And this guy's a winner, I have to say. The feel is really good. I don't feel any bend in any of these weapons. You know, they are going to bend if you push them, because the idea is that they won't break into a sharp edge. But these weapons are really solid. The figure is really solid. I don't know if we're getting figures made in Vietnam yet, because everything I've seen says these are made in China. So it seems like maybe now that they're leaving China, they finally have the production really together on the plastics. So hopefully they continue to do work like this, because it's really stellar. This figure is just about perfect in my opinion. I'm going to give him a 10 of 10. Darklon, what do you think, folks? And there we see that beautiful, highly detailed sword. I wanted to get that featured. It's such a nice piece. I think it would work great for Destro, but I'm sure the Iron Grenadiers Destro will have an equally, if not more, impressive sword. So I think this sword will stay with Darklon. Look at that mask. It is really gnarly. Someone asked me if that was a beard, like a goatee, or a tongue, and I'm pretty sure it's a tongue coming out of the skull. And there he is talking with Destro. Again, that highly ornate, detailed sword with the red gem there. There we have some Iron Grenadiers. I noticed really it's only the black that he really has in common with the Iron Grenadiers, but it still works pretty well, I think, to put him in front of those guys. I'm hoping that we will get a retro Iron Grenadiers with new tooling. I don't like those arms. Are probably my least favorite arms in the entire series. They're just too small, especially for what's supposed to be kind of a bulky coat. I don't know who designed those, but they screwed up, and I think the chest is too small, the legs are too small. I just feel like that Iron Grenadiers has a lot of problems, and I'm disappointed because Destro is my favorite character. So it sort of puts me at a bit of a disadvantage with shooting my favorite character with his troops, because I'm just not crazy about those figures. So I feel like we're going to get some retro Grenadiers. But back to Darklon, and here we see those eyes underneath that mask. Very well done. Beautiful details there. Again, that gem. Subscribe.